Hi everybody, it's Eileen here and we're back. I haven't recorded a video or posted a video in a really long time, so bear with me. I actually filmed the video in December, didn't post it. I'm just way too critical on everything I post, but this is definitely gonna be up. Today's my birthday. I'm getting ready right now. I have an idea of this look I want to do. I already did my eyebrows off camera, so you guys don't have to sit through that. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So I just used some powder on my eyebrows and I went ahead and used the Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Coconut Flakes, so 10N, 10 neutral. I'm gonna take this Morphe M173 brush to blend out any concealer on my eyelid that I might have left. Okay, there you go, and it's blended. Let's see, what do I want to start off with? Let's start off with a nice like transition shade. I'm gonna take a gray eyeshadow for this. It's like a gray bluish eyeshadow. I'm gonna take that in my outer corner and just kind of like blend it and like pack it on there. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out, just so I can have kind of like a nice base for whatever it is that I'm gonna be doing on my eyes. Okay, so that's what our eyes look with that grayish color on her face. Now I'm gonna go in with the blue. So I have a little Dior saddle bag that I'm gonna be using with my outfit today, and I kind of want to match my eyeshadow to the bag. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna try my hardest. It's like a denim blue material, so as long as I use like a denim-y blue, I think I'll be good. I'm gonna go in with a pretty dark navy blue color. I'm gonna be using this Morphe M506 brush to pack on the dark shadow. I'm gonna start on my outer corners and then I'm gonna slowly blend it in. And I like to use this little tiny brush to pack everything on, and then I can always blend out the edges with this brush as well, and then I go in with an even fluffier brush. So once you have it like this, you can start blending out the edges and then slowly start bringing in that dark shade into your crease. So I turned 19 today and I feel like I should catch up with you guys. I haven't really let you in on too much of my life considering I haven't been filming. I've just been busy, but now I have a lot more free time on my hands and I'm gonna be able to do a lot of the stuff that I want to do. So I'm pretty excited. You know, this year I just really want to focus on filming and just building a name for myself, building my brand, building myself, you know? I want to figure out what I can be and what I can do to achieve any of my goals. I also am sorry if I sound monotone. I don't know why I sound so monotone on camera. I don't know if that's just me being in my head. I'm still getting a little bit shy to film. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to break out my shell a little bit. So hopefully as this video progresses, you guys will get a glimpse into me, you know? But regardless of that, I'm just blending out these shades. It's gonna be a lot of blending since we are using pretty dark colors. I haven't done eyeshadow in so long, so let's hope this is decent, which I have faith in myself, you know? I feel like I could do it. Also, I'm filming in a different area today. Every video you guys see, I feel like I'm filming in a different spot, but honestly, I filmed the first 2 times I filmed, they were in the same spot. I think one time I just put on a background, the other one I didn't, or I think the first video I did was a vlog actually. But this time around, I'm filming in my room, as you can see. That's why I'm on my bed, and that's also why I have so much stuff going on behind me. In case you didn't know, I love Pink Floyd, as you can't tell. And I don't know if you guys could see in the corner right here, this little art piece. Elijah did that for my birthday. I believe. Oh no, he gave it to me for Christmas last year. And then I have that little tiny painting over there. It's supposed to be like a drip watercolor painting I did in like, I think it was my sophomore year of high school. Okay, I'm back. I had a quick little delay. It's because I had to get a new headlight for my car, and my grandpa went and bought it, and then he went to go get it put in the car. Oh, and also I have my own car now. Sorry. I'm like in and out right now just because I shouldn't hurry because there's no need for me to hurry at all. But I feel extremely rushed. Like I feel like I need to hurry up because I just feel like I've been taking so long and I just want to be done with my makeup. I just want to be done already. Just gonna blend in and I'll be back. Now that this is all blended out, or as blended out as I possibly could get it with it still being pretty pigmented, I'm gonna go in with this Morphe MB23 brush and I'm gonna go dip into that gray shade we use as our transition color once more. And I'm just gonna blend out the edges of this. I'm sorry about that, I had to take a phone call. I hope the angle didn't change, or if it did, I hope it's not too drastic. But all I did was I got that gray shade and I just blended it out on my, on like any lines. Like this eye I haven't blended anything at all. I don't know if you could tell the slight difference. This is just more feathered out and blended, but we're not done yet. We're just gonna do what we did to this eye to this one. I'll put in a little clip of me so you guys see what I'm doing a little bit, and yeah. Okay, so this is what our eyes are looking like right now. I want them to be a little bit more intense. And I know that right now we look like a mess, we look crazy, but I want to get some more of that dark blue shade. I want to put it more on my outer corners, just a little bit, and I want to bring that in more to deepen up that crease. We're going to be using that same Morphe M506 brush. It's just a little tapered blending brush to slowly incorporate that color in and intensify the whole look. So I made sure to add some of that blue in. I look like a mess right now. Everything looks crazy. Bear with me. We're going to take another blending brush. This time it's going to be slightly smaller. So we're going to go ahead and use this Morphe M456 brush. This one is a little bit more flat. It's a blending brush, but it's a little bit more fanned out. I don't know if you guys could really see anything. This makes it going into your brow bone and everything a lot easier. And now we're gonna go ahead and dip into that gray shade once more. And we're gonna go ahead and blend out any blue that we have on our eye. Okay, and now when everything is slightly more blended out and we look still crazy but a little less crazy, we're gonna go in with that same Morphe brush from before. It's just your typical just blending brush. We're gonna now mix in a little bit of white with that gray shade, or you can even get a lighter gray, whatever you prefer, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And we're just gonna blend out the edges. And now when we look like this, we're going to go ahead and we're gonna cut everything, and then we can continue blending after we're done. And also, don't be too hard on yourself on how we look right now. Nothing looks good until we lay down that concealer and then we lay on whatever shade we want on top. So before we actually lay down any shade on top, we're gonna go ahead and pick that out, and I'll be right back so you guys know what I have planned. Okay, so I picked up my two shades that I'm going to be using, or at least one for now. I'm going to be using the Burn Book palette, and I'm going to be using a silver shimmery shade called Mouse Da, or Mouse Da. I don't know if that could kind of show you the swatch. I don't know if it'll show up that well on camera, but it's just a very pretty shimmery metallic silver color. Pretty light. But right now we're going to be focusing on another huge step. Okay, so I'm going to be using that Huda Beauty concealer once again. I'm just going to be taking this eyebrow brush, actually is what it's supposed to be used for. It's a Morphe M150 brush. I'm just going to be using that to cut my crease. And I'm not cutting the whole crease, I'm just going to do a half. And for my cut creases, I've been starting a little bit, not necessarily in your inner corner, but a little bit above it, so it kind of makes the appearance look like you have larger eyes. And once you have your eye cut or shaped, whatever you want to call it, like this, we're gonna take some of that blue shade once more, the one we've been using for outer corners. We're gonna deepen it up and we're gonna slowly blend this in so we could get a nice, beautiful blend. And now we're gonna take that big blending brush and just I'm just gonna take this really old e.l.f. eyeshadow brush I have. It's angled. I'm just gonna use this to apply that shimmery shade. I'm just gonna wet it because I want it to look foiled. And now that I have that shade placed down, I'm gonna go in with the color October 3rd. It's like a shimmery charcoal shade. I'm gonna use the same brush to put it where the two colors meet. But this is what it should look like once you added that silver. And we're just gonna do the same to the other eye. And that was that. Now we're gonna move on to foundation. I already prepped and primed using a Smashbox primer. So for foundations, I'm gonna mix 3 of them. I'm gonna be mixing the Fenty Rose foundation. We're gonna use some ColourPop foundation and then a pump of the Fenty Hydrating foundation. So I start from the outside of my face in because I'm gonna go in with concealer later on, so there's no point in caking up the center of my face. Might as well focus on the outskirts. And now when we have our foundation blended out, this is when I'm going to go ahead and go into my contour. I'm going to go ahead and do some cream contour first. I'm using the Tarte Pro Glow palette. I'm just going to be using their contour shade, which is actually called Shade. And I'm going to first be applying it with this Morphe M410 brush. It's just a flat brush. And I'm just going to put this on the contours of my face. So now that we did our face contour, I'm gonna move on to my nose contour, which I speeded up through the rest, but I kind of want to show you guys this just because I love contouring my nose. I love making it look smaller. And I'm gonna be using the same exact contouring shades, same brush. The only difference is I'm gonna make the lines on my nose super thin gonna go ahead and do the same to the other side and bring them close together, because the closer together they are, the thinner your nose will look. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it just a tiny little line up here, so it looks more upturned.
If they ask you on your YouTube channel, where'd you get your lashes? Try to tell them yet.
Don't tell them yet?
Tell them it's in the works. It's a process, guys.
Now I'm going to be using that Huda Beauty concealer again, and I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. And with this is I like to put it on my face, let it get a little tacky, and then I'll go ahead and blend it in, just because it gives you the most coverage if you let it sit for a little bit. And I'm going to bring it up to my nose, like so. All I'm doing is I'm not applying more product. I'm just trying to press it in, like so. And there's one side. We're gonna do the same to the other eye, and then we're gonna eventually just do the rest of the face. But yeah, I feel like this is more of an instructional video than an actual get ready with me. My eyes, I honestly just went with whatever I had. I just didn't even know what I was gonna do. I just went for it, and I really like it. Also, there's some stuff that I'm looking at my eyes right now that I'm like, I could fix that, but we'll fix that when we get to like our eyelashes and stuff, because like I said, we're focusing on the face right now, which I love. Is not, you know, like practice I've had, and to this day I feel like this thing that I do with like the concealer setting in and everything, I definitely recommend the Huda concealer for that, just because with this one it doesn't dry up on your face. This one is pretty thick, and it's also really nice and creamy when it blends out, so I highly recommend this concealer if you haven't tried it out. And now when we let it sit for a little bit, that's when you go ahead and blend everything out. I'm telling you, it's like with this concealer, it's like it was meant for that. And I know the idea of waiting for your concealer to get like tacky and to dry up a little bit and then blend everything out is a bit weird, you know, especially if you've never tried it before. I always used to work one eye at a time, you know, as soon as you put on the concealer, blend it, but that takes away a lot of coverage, and I honestly didn't know this technique, or didn't really used to do this technique until I started watching Harush. And if you guys haven't heard of Harush, you need to go watch her right now. She does she's a celebrity makeup artist. She has her own YouTube channel, and she's helping people like you and me. She's giving us all her makeup tips for free, and that is a blessing in disguise. She's a blessing in disguise, honestly. I've learned so much from watching her, and just the amount of time that I've been watching her, I've picked up so many new tips, and they've really stepped up my makeup game. You need to go watch her if you haven't watched her, because she's just so good. And now this is just something I do because I'm extra. You don't have to do this at home. And since it is a special occasion today, we're just gonna pop a little tiny bit more concealer on our inner corners. This one is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. You just have to work a little bit fast with it. It's very thin and it feels very lightweight, which is something that I really like. So what I recommend this for is for highlighting. I'm gonna put a little bit right here, tiny bit on the forehead, tiny bit on the chin, do a dot for the nose, like that. Now, do you see that little like extra that it did? Extraness that it gave? We're gonna be using that same Morphe E62 brush that we used to contour our nose to blend out this concealer. On our nose, I'm just gonna very lightly sort of feather it out, or not feather it out, but blend it in. And I only want this to stay in the center region, so be careful with blending. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the biggest on baking. For me personally, it dries out my face. I don't like it for myself. I just go all in with the powders. I'm gonna go with the Fenty Beauty powder. I'm gonna do this off my bed because I have black bedspread and this is very messy, so I'll be back when I have that on, and then you guys will see me blend it all out and whatever it is. I'm quickly gonna get this Morphe E4 brush. I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Superstay powder. I love this powder. It's a holy grail of mine. If you've never tried it before, I definitely recommend it. It's a staple in my makeup routine, and it's Maybelline, so it's very affordable. Okay, and then that same brush we've been using for our nose, we're just gonna push the powder out. And don't even worry about your nose if anything has happened to it right now, because we're going in again with some contour. Using that same Tarteist palette once more. This time we're moving on to a different brush. This one is slightly bit smaller. It's the Morphe M456. We're going to be using the powder shade in that palette, and it's just the Sculpt shade. And we're going to use this to contour our nose. Just put some bake on the sides of my nose. That's the only time I bake ever. Now we're just gonna move on to contour. You guys are gonna laugh at the brush I use because it's so small. I got this like last year, I want to say, in my stocking. It's just a Real Techniques mini face brush. I don't know why, but this brush just works so well for me for contouring. Gonna use that Sculpt shade to contour the cheeks. And I know what you're thinking. That's your contour? Hold on. Now we're going to move on to bronzer. I'm just using an e.l.f. palette that I have. I would show you guys it, but I've never seen it in store. So I don't want to tell you guys about something that they don't have. This is whatever bronzer of your choice. We're using this Morphe M527 brush. It's just a big bronzing brush. Like that. And now I'm gonna go with some pink blush on my cheeks. That. Once we have that, we're gonna move on to the bottom of our eyes, our bottom lash line. Okay, we're gonna be using gray shadow, same Morphe 506. I'm gonna start at the bottom of our eye. On the outer 2/3 of our eye, that's where we're putting that shadow. Now we're gonna get some of that dark blue. We're gonna keep this one on the edge. Do the same on the other side. Go with the gray once more. But before we move on to anything else, I'm gonna take this tiny little brush. I don't know if my sister or my mom got this a long time ago, like on eBay or Amazon, but I really like this brush. It's like super tiny and tapered, but I like to use it for inner corner highlight and my nose highlight. But we're just gonna use more of that mouse dot shade, and we're gonna put it on our inner corner. Take that same brush we used to powder our whole face, that Maybelline powder, and we're going to... This is where you normally would be placing bake. I used that powder because it gives me the same illusion without creating that line that sometimes you still get. There we go. There's that. Now we're gonna brush away this tiny little bit of bake we have on. And while our face looks like this, we're gonna go ahead and spray it. This isn't the Mario Badescu spray. It's my own little concoction. You look pretty. Thanks, Mom. Just like your mom. You did it on purpose.
Are you gonna cut it out?
No, I'll leave it in.
It looks really pretty.
Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
My mom loves the camera. I'm gonna be using my Peach Goddess highlighter. This one is very well loved. As you can tell, it's such a good shade. It just makes your skin looks like glass skin, melted skin. I always say melted, but everybody always looks at me weird. We're gonna take that brush I used to put the silver in my eye and put sarcophagus on our nose.
I just went from the hot tub.
Okay, I'm just gonna put on some mascara for now. I'm gonna do my hair and then I'll finish up my eyelashes and my lips. So, okay, first I'm gonna curl my lashes and then I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty mascara. First I'm gonna do bottom lashes. And there we go. Now we're gonna go get the straightening iron because we're gonna straighten our hair. So I'm back now. Let me get situated. I have my lashes on. Now I'm just gonna apply some lipstick. And you're done. Just kidding. Oh, and the lip liner I used was the Jordana Cafe Ole. I don't know. And then I'm using Ofra Verona. And there is the makeup look for you. Let me get a little... Ah! Okay guys, so that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little makeup look that I did for you. I'll try to talk a lot more next time, or maybe I'll talk less. I don't know. You guys tell me down below. I need the 5 of you who watch these things to actually tell me what you want to see. Just kidding. But also make sure if you have any ideas, just leave them down below. I'd love new things to try out, and I'm definitely need some new content because I can't just keep doing get ready with me's every time you see me, you know? You can only do so many get ready with me's. I hope you have a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Doesn't matter wherever you are. I hope it's great. Hope you have a great year, great week, great month. I don't know why I said it in that order. I wish I would have said it in a different order. It's really bothering me. But thank you so much. I hope you learned something new, or if you didn't, I just hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, just remember to be kind, treat others with kindness, be nice, and stay positive. But bye guys. See you next time.